Ken made us say, nah, I know, sir, send your Ghana, you see a D in common. Ye bought big games, titru e will fear. I was a Ghana, a she, a san common naidi. But me pesa me twa ma dwen esi nyema bebre so titru Ghana for say we need to find the right motivation to trigger boys nankasa instinct and how they are going to approach the game. Because I was a Ghana said you obi away. But if the players understand the permutations, it helps. Madagascar. Nyame adomwa. Misusu sombe chat. Which takes them 16 points, the same points as Ghana. Because everyone is looking at Comoros. But Madagascar share Chada on the Ghana with the same points. Near Somalia. In the same vein, if we beat Mali, Yakata Mali for no so it is a game of Mali for no. Omunim so mulusu, they are out of the qualification, so they are coming to beat us.
Yeah, for win.
Of course. What did I say? Let's build the foundation well so that you understand the conversation. And you are not saying keke. Because some Mali team way. And now me are saying faith be say Comoros are yin to me show mono. Washa Comoros 3-0 3-0 back to back 3-0 3-0. Aha.
Mali fair 3 games now more by 1 point to say 2 points.
And now no Opamo Eric Chelly no. Our this same faith e buy. Same faith the first game was against Mozambique. Our ball 1-1. Ken same faith okay competitive game and this time you be discuss auto you be discuss same faith but for the purpose of this conversation we are going to do competitive games. Now the last 8 competitive games for Mali kofoya ye kwa kwhia omi omu concede go
the
last 8 obi ntimi for ball enra omo net since you show no on the ball against Mozambique, that was Saint Faith's first game. Our ball 1-1. If it's on concede goal, and yes, on lose you ball enter the nets for 8 games. Mali. So this is a totally different Mali team. Ye show mono. And it's time say, Yensen komono asi because Ghana for the I Mali the equa shower mo. I papa ne shan on ya pamono. Ha, Ken, I should him no because to go when he said the last time Mali conceded goal was on the 6th of September 2024, and then that by 8, right?
Yeah.
It's 1 year. Ball enter Mali for nets.
But sir, or share Comoros, women away
3-3, Papa, back to back 3-3. Exactly.
Mali for one is almost share Ghana now, or more chance.
Ken, to be very honest, they say Mali team na asasa. The last 3 games in here, your group with them obi about better football in Mali for no. And I will not lie. Somali starts the year and can come on asasa. You see, we need to understand Mali's conversation from a point to say a team they are growing in confidence. And same faith by everything seems to be going on well. When you say coach in a buy say competitive games are only lose a game. Competitive games, you know, because friendly match there and I know that they are Congo and on board friendly match will lose 1. But competitive games, we about 9 games, we winning 6, we about draw me into on lose game. Into Sagana, you're breaking the record. You're also breaking record of putting the ball in their net in their last 8 games, 1 year. So how are we going to approach such a game? Otuado needs to approach the game in a way say this is a very good Malian team, not just say ye both ye keke. You might talk to me in common wasi. Now, Ken, no question me woman say Mali team no, and now no me share squad they buy. And the way the coach is confident because this Bisuma, he's doing arrangements. I likely say Obeko Turkey. me hu no squad ni mu Amadou Haidara me hu no Seseko me hu no Al Bilal Toure Atlanta for striker now call Besiktas no. They are losing key players, yet the coach is confident to say Obeshe. Now, me a Ghana ni, I'm going to approach this game from Ghana's point of view. Ken, one concern which I would want to highlight first. And Nkoma was so take deep high, acquire your first to concede goals, and the minute we concede the goals. Otto, Obaye in the second half Obaye, about 11 competitive games, we conceded 12 goals. 12 goals now you are conceding. No. First half you are conceding 4. Second half you are conceding 8. Let's just say a majority of our goals we concede our second half. Second half 8 goals now you are conceding. No. From 60th minute to 65th minute you are conceding 3 goals. From 81st minute to 4 time you are conceding 5 goals.
81st to
4 time.
Yes, last 19-20 minutes.
81st, the first about 10 minutes. Last 10 minutes.
Okay.
Last 10 minutes, you are considering 5 goals.
Last 10 minutes.
5 goals. Yeah, but point 5 goals.
65th minute.
Between 61st to 65th minutes, you are considering 3 goals.
Yeah, more than it is. Not just say your ball no, your ball first half we are. You buy and you lose concentration as saying. And the corner anymore. You be point now for you lose concentration. Near consider sa goals because I know say me defending. Well, I say if you are defending, then you have to defend well. Because you cannot defend and still be conceding goals in your last 10 minutes. Because last 10 minutes, you know, Central African Republic share Bakubi, Afei Niger so share Baku, and now Sansu be share and now Chad 90th minutes, and now Niger so I will Chroma say over 90 minutes. It's, you know, you cannot say you defend because you defend here we cannot be conceding 5 of the goals in the last 10 minutes. It's Ken. Say, we a coach, Otuado na video analyst. They are going to analyze the problems. The same way you're analyzing Komwe. Eric, sorry, the coach of the Malian team, same fit. He also knows Ghana's problem. Oh, yeah, where say? It's say you be poor or the changes changes no or the two more be affect Ghana. Dangerous and say about around 65 minutes to 70
minutes. Dangerous.
And somebody because I must have money for a neutral moment.
And you are torn between whether you are going to attack and get the win or defend and get a draw. One here, when Sinian distinguishing between the two and we are confused once we are considering go.
And the best friend, give me a moment class possible. And then a yomotia. And then a moment players in Kwa. A moment giant national team in Kwa. Your games are on my winning. Supporters are winning Ghana Island. They are my national team.
Okay.
It's in the Malians, you come match a big game.
Omniball. They say they are so Mali team.
Very good team. And Omono strength as 12 man. Very, very important. Don't say Malians and some players are Omunus are level. Omniball, but they didn't because on the Yamana beating Yacho Monosu beat me about how a bit of a favor kakra. It's your best supporters and so many 12 man. Because I must win.
You see,
I must win.
If we do understand the conversation itself, first of all, they have a better coach who can tactically change the game. It is a Jai Otuado versus same fit. Ni a Jai Mali for no Momba who and you didn't try a place no one. And that is where your conversation comes in. Ken Mali team no. Or say in a 4-4-2. Now 4-4-2 no 2 players na gina ni mo no. Ba kwa a friend Mustafa Sangare. Ken. Wow, the last game on my boy was 18 JC. The talent is a Mateta pepe or swa. And o gina ni mo. And the other skillful breast to for striker na friend Komori Dumba no. Fantastic Dumbia no. Fantastic player. Inti 10 baako and one skillful player. Dumbia no na eto de bia or a bomb off na number 10.
make up because they say Mali team ne question last time no. Na coach no or prefers the second half and on the Georgeles Nene Beba or the Sangari Mumba, but this time around coach way obiem wingers ne bobo ni bi. Sa nene no our lives they cannot na no de onyawa 1v1 or chong. Ono na Ghana ne Mali second half for beha Ghana pass. They say okofa the bachi. Ono normally or the left to Internet, he'll be coming up against Ghana's right back, Irenchi and Tarek George, whoever is going to play there. We'll talk about the Ghana setup. But Bessa almost a comfortable in a 4-4-2. Ball no almost prepare. They pass the ball around. Now ball no or the core bar line or the core bar liner. Almost tanya crosses be rebats. Almost crosses near the carpet cross they do two a chidibi. What as a cat back, bro? It's a cat back crosses. No, that is what they normally do. It's a king. How are we going to approach this game? Yankwa normal 4-2-3-1. Niyankope win. No, you say Yakope winner. And conform so bet CSH will concede goals. Or Otuado should go back to his normal 5 at the back. Say Obo big games to be our Obo. This is the first conversation we need to have. Because Otuado, the first coming, the second coming, big game will be no Otuado sa or send the team wa esan say our less trust our the center backs in Inteno. Normally he goes 5 at the back. Mekaiwa and now against Mali in the first competitive game, second party of Bayer, he went 5.
With this Malian team no, I would name say so you mistake. Normally she first goal.
Someone see. Because consider goals.
I want to consider defend the ball. You defend the to the end. I just over the people.
Misuro.
Why go 2 no?
2 need here. 2 need here. I have no doubts. I need here. Even against Shadow Bossa.
The last time, we said Kudus withdraw more. And you left and right and so. Because anytime you're in Naki, I'm not as a player now. You want a bongo. And
Ken,
area no one born and foul.
I have always said, you see, the beer may can say football no I not to the beer. You individual players. But we forget that a system that makes individual players. We are so much into Daniel Alves now overlap pa. Yataka sound common. But if you watch Daniel Alves overlap it was because of the passes of who in yesterday Zavi mom ball passes no Sancho almost drunk for na Daniel Alves they taking advantage of those spaces. Listen, if your midfielders cannot pass the ball, your right back and left back become useless. Your major problem as a nation, as a Blackstars, say, yeah, 6 and 8, they don't do diagonal passes, they don't do vertical passes. All their passes are horizontal. Omujina ball no se che see ye ni na see ball no we number 6 enkane woji baller you do easy passes because your job is to defend the ball if you opponent so na for ball no man number 8 traditionally sani yenim abrofo no mo say number 6 there yanje ball and passing man number 8 view number 6 you need to be a controller into you watch the ball control the game you need controller. Yes, 6 and a traditional number 6 if one be Salis or beg your ball. Now, ultimate pass it and risk a pass, not the number 8. So, first of all, we don't have that number 6 who controls the game. We have a traditional number 6 who tackles and releases the ball to the nearest person. It is a traditional number 6 and not your number 8 should be someone who controls the game, who carries the ball from midfield to the attack. You are unsaid that is the problem. Unsaid. Unsaid. Okay, you see, this is where a more of a coaching. She say you need number 8. So party available normally party ne ya boy number 8. Party ne passes no ye on take a risk maybe with his passing because ideally if say number 8 at the ball no a bad transition by running obetimi dribble obetimi pass to say the enka na ewumana ashime romu abayi bi kofi ceremony and we don't have, so we are going to have a conversation with those people we have. Okay. Yes, 6 and 8 no esan say passes no short omukuta ball no. Time will be I will make Inaki Williams useless in the game. And like maybe I'll keep on saying it because Inaki tight spaces on him more. It is a net you be hold the ball there is no need to play Inaki Williams because he will become useless in the game. See, Inaki, his strength is that you put the ball out with space. Or the strength is too. It is a ball no move ball no quicker otimi ball. And let's go Bilbao ball mo bowling in a counter attack. That is why Nico and Inaki plays on the wings. Maybe what?
And Inaki finding those spaces in our right to us. Obama, I am
because we are always holding number 8 and number 6. Ghana won't have more now. They be on football and there. May highlighting in our so wow over here Ghana boni be here. Say number 6 and number 8. Omujibola. Kuta ball nature too much. Iti kuta ball nature. Ball no babe do wingers no hono. Na your closest space. Inaki on your type of play now tight spaces so teamy ball.
Young Chad, Messiaba, I wish to see and check biggie. Chad, quick one now, member biggie sooner, Sam Bradley. Chad gave no Inaki right, and Antoine, our left, and a Kudus, Ejina Jordan, and they bought 2 base, Midfield. No Kudus withdraw back. They do a young Antoine Semenyo withdraw back. Even Jordan could anymore.
Ober drop a fable.
Also, they withdraw about the football. Oman ye interchange positional changes be brave. Once you do a bianchi, we will see here.
Semenyo Jordan, Yana almost switch kakra.
But we are Kudus because was said to be a born and many more so now would draw by free. And he critique again, Chad, nay, but wouldn't have chances of creativity Chad in the grade against Mali. Because Mali were very, very good defenders. Now, Antoine Semenyo, hey, one issue. I just said, Obo said yes, Obo, but finishing.
They finishing. Ghana had no
problem. Say chances.
Go no defend.
One, no being a beer, you be the very. Everyone, I think, sir, one player, Jordan, as a ghost in a fan, or Ben Pool, my Eun Kakra. But Antoine Semenyo, you need to be brave, and so Rabos, man, we never trade. King was none of say chances in the Beer.
When you say, the last 11 competitive games for Otuado. One of my biggest problem with Otuado is how I use Muhammad Kudus. Ghana for we are too over, and let me use the 2 words, overly obsessed about Kudus or number 10 or number 10. Till why first boy a ball? Yes, 6 and 8 no. They be a more Kudus apre. It's the Biamana may criticize Otuado. I'm like, Otuado, you are a coach. Take Kudus from the number 10 because Kudus number 4 Biano. The Biano 2 players are around him.
Don't go right.
Fanoko right to her. Till in-game management. Till I am Otuado. Must start with Kudus as a number 10. Game na here, but clearly, in fact, Kudus edge ever born from the right. It sounds a tight spaces on him. Over the 2 players. Now. What Shan will say, Nanya the Chile face ball, I'll bet in Yambo Bonwa. Put him there, and yes, I would name bought throughout the 90 minutes. But in game management, because no, so Jordan plays number 10.
Now, Inaki Jordan.
Semenyo number 9. Then Inaki goes to the left. What's the meter? The same front 4, but you are interchanging. The interchanging is that you are putting players out of their rightful position. Let me give you one example. And now go Jordan, are you saying no? Kudus na assistant, Kudus for born from him. Right. Or for born from him.
Right.
And oh yeah, then didn't he take on?
We'll take you on away across.
And oh yeah, cross. Oh, so why?
Merci about Subi.
It's no kin. Your front 4 no. Yes, that's in the far. That is why a coach reads the game. You can't. Share game no, analyze the game, and no more video analyst no. Then you put okay, bono, boy and 6 and 8. There be everyone is looking at Kudus. Yen for bono go Kudus. Yen for into teams are realizing sir, they are putting people on Muhammad Kudus. So you are a coach like okay, then if the central corridors are closed down, what do I do as a coach? Okay, let me put Kudus on the
especially to say Premier League, you know. Once a done, you decide that could be someone fan and Cobo number 10. But managers in the baby, or risk it.
Yeah.
Because when you know, what you want feelings,
Asamato.
On shows is here.
Aye.
And it's my all right, and right in the men's across the baby.
Oh, he's doing very well there.
Space, Richarlison, when you are a Jordan. When you're 1-on-1, one against a 2. The young see presence in the box.
Exactly. Across the well. And our ball so sound so. Emma ne cut into the left side. Oh, shoot to Efa.
By Nike, your man is house space in and so in your house space. Messi about so but picking bra. Baby, because now you share your team, the city boy born apart and you say, money for this born because now Malia call 8 games. Consider, and you say, consider, Commons twice. Consider one, consider go. I just say, defend.
Yeah.
Defend better. You go so you consider and they're happy. But now your 1 minute in any time now, you consider goes to the baby, you know. And you remember how many now she eating no mommy.
First of all, your technical team no. Say you any form of tactics. You any form of system. I will adapt more. And then necessary to add use our system and the tactics in the PA for the Blackstars. Because why are we going qualifying work World Cup 2026? No work Bobby Akin. World Cup no yen hand picket near the work Siwo. Debbie. I was all about qualifiers now the qualify call. Now you will be all worthy. So World Cup maybe. And so stage in Nagana womb says yeah. Fortunately or unfortunately, your coach manager or your experience telling your coach. That thing we have to admit. Thomas Saintfield. As a manager, he way more experienced than Otoado. He idea da hono. Obia nyim papa nimpo a. Na nsenya Gambia national team na no mobo mo homodin no. Sa papa na na ye Gambia national team ni coach. At least obia be kai sa man. And during the first half me kai, ken papa ni pegana adwuma na ye dendenden. Tom Saintfield. Or pegana adwuma na ye dendenden. Waka. Also, near for the Kasa or the application by or we interview for solid hours. No, himself, Jumana, where we are
qualify Korea or
the a Jumana or pie in Intino. Or a beautiful rubbish and trim or neighbor. It is not just about playing football. Debbie,
or pay national team now.
A coachy. Etibana or Bano or Bepe Jumamunu or Peso Beshagana. No, the proving point. And the chair and penny for the you good coach. Yet the team in the man obeyed me. And anything I say, so to our system or tactics war, I be boade when I break Ghana and no money in the free attack no from P. Aside eno, so I have the team now you did kind bomb when I show more about Makuna. There have been a lot of changes in the squad. Players need to one almost start Sabreno. There's a new manager. On also players or Joe Moody. I will feel say I'm gonna start here Bebuano. It's almost been start ahead of certain players. Kwa di kayaka. Player bit to say Haidara. Any squad we move. If Bisuma. Look at the quality of these players. Omunim. But Mali born now born in society. The first game we played, there were players like Sinayon Konuma no more starters. So game we were no more bench warmers. See omo midfield, defensive midfield, Aliou Dieng and Ebo. Obi o follow African football Obi Aliou Dieng. He's one of the most experienced players on the African continent. Al Ali number 6. While boy a consistent at the top level at check. See you know coach in a funnel. Out in the body number 6. And I want another midfielder, Lasana Koulibaly, and so the Akano. Osia kind the Italian Serie A Eddie Malechi. You share Serie A na Sanchez. But match be a bo Serie A in be our starting. Our about 90 minutes. 80 or your starter. It is our other players from no squad. Our midfield. Not say be a Thomas Tay party. And our extraordinary talent and our abilities. Our Ghana team in the midfield. Now this year's our midfield we are ken. Oh, problem.
But the Anna Hagan play Ghana for the baby. These are normal players under normal circumstances. Only normal players.
Yeah.
Only players are only extraordinary.
Yeah.
But say almost national team now. Different.
Are you talking about Ghana for
Mali
and Mali for?
Mali for.
Yes.
Because almost players they are normal.
Yeah.
averagely almost normal players are so be you find say your teams that we help players are this Malian team how many players in
the baby crying for help
but Okom Boma na team different na ba who say obi team here the so
sure
I want to buy coaching you team Yakobe 2 years
yeah
nti say you team ball for party your ball with who say see boy ball no you coaching sir. That's the difference between your name and your Malaysia. Yashamali away.
Yashamali
2-0, but because
2-1.
2-1. Because of a year child game, as most Ghanaians in one way.
And the changes that your question anyway. What Pamu coach na share no. Sa coach no, Eric said, and I call Nigeria or this visit Nigeria for money year.
But the same players.
But the same players. And on so buy no. So new manager back to mo say the midi kan. Obi won maybe ana kile bempe no o feel so no system ne tactics on only boni ye but me amete ha say e bia na me mpe no say me be fa sa team na in the first game say me kai ni here goalkeeper of them was Samasa but this time around coach way by Tom Sandford by no one of the most experienced goalkeepers on the African continent the other Jigui and a dem omo younger for goalkeeper. He's an experienced goalkeeper. Africa has say obi o hwe Afcon follow African football be anim no. And to coach and gradually. Ono so ye change to few certain players. Omo betimi aboa no. And ono so form the obaba no maba be si akan dia ma no. Omo central defense will change player baako. Second year kite na ye constant. And only player for aba be kana ho. Enti oye ono so ni changes. I will feel say betimi aboa na the results na ba and the results na ba. But talking about the midfield. Now make us say Thomas Partey wo mu a he's an extraordinary talent. Thomas Partey is a top class player. Obi o hwe football wo wiase bia nim Thomas Partey. But Partey need Blackstars midfield no mu aken. Even with Partey na third da. Na e bibia wo honom. But I'm talking about class and status. Thomas Partey in status ni free midfield no. Na fa to Mali dia ne ho. Ye dia ne mro omo dia ne so. Sales mo ball no mo ball. Yes. Sales mo ball no mo ball. Elisha Owusu mo ball no mo ball. Elisha Owusu as a defensive midfielder. And you better than Aliou Dieng. Aliou Dieng is a quality defensive midfielder. Obi Osha Champions League of Africa bia. Any the standards in the performance for Ali. And it's na me ball party din. Ntu yo no ni free mo a. Your midfielders na aka no. Emuro mo de ne so. E hono mo na coaching ne bam no. That is where coaching no. And so bebam. And we have a very difficult task. Your central defense. Sesale sebo. Jikubo. Partnership no one works. But another problem I have with this partnership and it's almost me and will be anyone more speed. If you share striker or your pace, you share striker or you faster, your central defense and almost break.
I see a starting game the same. I see a starting attack almost straight. And I send as a coach in the approach again because quite a fast way starting games are very important. Inti you started to say you cautious kakra, you more you game the kakra, you monitor, you grab ball until you do ball no more. And I said you started attack you because Mali and Pedro
Debbie
when you draw a bad and sort of qualify.
Debbie
Into him say or Ghana and bring a chance to qualify.
But in all this, on only a way team no. Or best starting game not all try cautiously. No ready a game plan I the big ram. It's what we have to do, they say. And this say more settle a game anymore. No more who the pesa ye. A honor na me no bay they say yes, and say attack you. But in as much as say attack, we have to tread cautiously. We have to tread cautiously. Because almost striker now we see a kind of a breath. He's a good player. Kamori. Ken, this season 3 matches our ball. League 1 2 goals, 1 assist. 3 goal contribution daily. So he's a good striker. And when him ball Nikita, I fast on the ball. And anything that makes us a central defenders no.
You were Inaki. You were Jordan. You were Antoine Senegal. Roman Wechi. Pensa Mone Kamadimo. These are fast attackers.
Oh yes.
Wingers pa.
Pa.
Wingers pa.
Pa.
Almost starting your mom difference in it and you can see yes.
Debbie.
Governance should be.
Debbie.
These are top players.
Yes.
In a coach, Yen Yamania, in Kenya,
Assembly Nyana Waka. The only chat on. Se coach yen near money here. But cut time and again send the football hooking. Quality of players. SOTO. And the coach is in the magic. She spent team in no Musiaka. Almost 36. Never to Spain team in the World Cup. National midfield no. Omo Spain midfield and now. Ebianca training class at time no munya binye. Because team in the World Cup no. Ken, na Fabregas the bench. Among these Spanish midfielders, one better than Fabregas. Fabregas was a bench warmer. It was our team to move. Spain team in normal ball take share 6 no. Why na better than Fabregas was our team? It in boils down to coaching. It your Juma kesi ni jina you coach na so. And I mean expect so obebo Caleb Yirinchi as a right back. Tarek Lamte wo. If we have to attack, we have to make sure say be attack ye right from the onset. And then the modern day football no say what attack here. When you full back some be support attack it no anymore. Caleb Yirinchi the last time defensively he was solid. No doubt. But offensively now on my good options. The crosses were poor. He had an opportunity and go to be there baby or boss no.